Success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about training your brain to think and act in ways that align with your goals. So how can you train your brain for success? Is it as simple as positive thinking, or is there more to it? What if I told you that success involves specific strategies that can rewire the way you think? The truth is, it's all about the mental habits you build. Whether you want to learn English fast, speak English confidently, or improve your professional life, everything starts with how you train your mind to approach challenges and opportunities. And trust me, there's a lot more to it than just wishing for success.
Exactly, Ryan. And here's the exciting part. These strategies are not only proven to help you succeed, but they can also transform your mindset in every area of life. Imagine having the tools to overcome the fear of speaking English, or even achieving fluency in a language while pushing your career forward. The journey to success requires more than just passive thinking. We need to take action, focus our minds, and stay consistent. In today's episode, we'll dive deep into 5 specific ways to train your brain for success, and I promise some of the answers will surprise you.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Speak Up. We're so grateful to have you here, taking the time to improve your English and learn new things with us.
As Ryan mentioned earlier, success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about training your brain to think in ways that help you reach your goals. Today, we're going to explore 5 ways to train your brain for success. And the best part? These strategies aren't just for those aiming for career achievements. They'll help you in all areas of life, including your English learning journey.
Exactly. Whether you're working on your English speaking skills, looking to improve your fluency, or even trying to understand native English speakers better, these tips will give you the mental tools you need to succeed. In this episode, we'll break down these strategies one by one so you can apply them to your daily life right away.
So stay with us. By the end of this podcast, you'll have practical, actionable advice to help you not just in learning English, but in reaching any goal you set for yourself. Let's dive into the first step of training your brain for success.
All right, let's start with the first one, developing a growth mindset. Now, many people may not realize just how much of a difference our mindset can make. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed over time. It's not about being born with natural talent. It's about understanding that with effort, learning, and persistence, we can improve and get better at anything, even English. So, if you're struggling with English pronunciation or trying to improve English fluency, the growth mindset is a game changer. Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," say, "I'm not good at this yet." This small shift in thinking can completely change how you approach challenges.
Exactly, Ryan. And that's such a crucial point. A growth mindset allows you to embrace challenges rather than shy away from them. When you face difficulty, whether it's trying to learn English fast or practicing your English speaking skills, instead of feeling defeated, you start seeing it as an opportunity to grow. Think about it. If you're working on English listening practice, there will be moments when you don't understand everything right away. But with a growth mindset, you recognize that each mistake, each misunderstanding is just part of the learning process. Over time, these small improvements will build your confidence and lead you to speak English confidently in any conversation.
That's right, Priya. And this mindset can also help you when you're working on other skills like English grammar or trying to expand your English vocabulary. You don't have to get everything perfect from the start. In fact, most people make common English mistakes as they learn, and that's completely normal. What matters is that you keep going, keep learning from those mistakes, and keep improving. When you're not afraid of failure and view it as part of the journey, you'll become more motivated and persistent. And that's when progress starts to accelerate.
Absolutely, Ryan. It's all about persistence. And this is something you can apply to all areas of life, not just learning English. For example, if you're preparing for an English job interview and feel nervous or unsure, remember that a growth mindset means you're learning and improving with every attempt. Instead of focusing on what you don't know, focus on what you can learn. Over time, you'll start seeing major improvements. And as you embrace this growth process, you'll find that speaking English doesn't feel as intimidating anymore. You'll be much more confident. So, remember, growth happens over time, and it's a journey.
All right, let's dive into the next strategy. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Now, in our busy, fast-paced world, it can be hard to stay calm and focused, but that's where mindfulness comes in. Practicing mindfulness helps you stay present, which is essential when you're learning something new, like improving your English fluency. By staying mindful, you can be fully focused on the task at hand and avoid distractions that might slow your progress. It allows you to be calm under pressure, whether you're practicing English conversation or working on your English pronunciation. So, instead of worrying about making mistakes, mindfulness helps you approach learning with a sense of calm and confidence.
Absolutely, Ryan. And let's take it a step further. Mindfulness isn't just about staying focused. It's also about improving your decision-making and your ability to think clearly. If you're someone who tends to get nervous or overwhelmed when speaking English, mindfulness can really help. It helps you stay grounded and focused on the present moment, which reduces anxiety. For example, when you're listening to an English podcast for learning, mindfulness exercises can help you concentrate better and absorb the information more effectively. So, if you're working on your English listening practice, being mindful allows you to truly focus on the words, phrases, and context being spoken, improving your comprehension and fluency over time.
Exactly, Priya. And meditation plays a big role in supporting mindfulness. Even just a few minutes of daily meditation can have a huge impact on your success. Meditation trains your brain to stay present and sharp, reducing anxiety and improving cognitive function. This is especially important when you're learning a language. For instance, you can use English listening exercises while meditating to boost your comprehension. This way, you're not only improving your listening skills, but also calming your mind and becoming more receptive to learning. When you feel calm and focused, you're able to speak more clearly, think faster, and naturally build confidence in your ability to communicate in English.
Yes, Ryan. And think about it. When you're practicing mindfulness and meditation, you're not just relaxing your mind. You're also training your brain to be more effective at retaining and recalling information. So, for anyone trying to learn English fast, integrating mindfulness into your daily routine can help you better absorb new words and phrases. For example, while practicing English pronunciation tips, being mindful will allow you to focus on the sounds and accents without feeling overwhelmed. By staying present in the moment, you'll find it easier to remember the correct pronunciation, making you more fluent in the long run.
That's such a great point, Priya. And when you practice mindfulness regularly, it helps you stay calm, even when faced with challenges. Imagine you're working on English grammar or trying to expand your English vocabulary. It can be frustrating at times, but with mindfulness, you're able to stay focused and patient, understanding that improvement takes time. It also helps you avoid the common tendency to translate words from your native language into English. When you're mindful, you focus more on thinking directly in English, which speeds up your progress. So it's not just about relaxation. Mindfulness is a tool for growth and success.
Absolutely, Ryan. And that's why mindfulness exercises are so helpful, not just for language learners, but for anyone aiming to succeed. Whether you're preparing for English job interviews or practicing English for traveling, staying present and calm under pressure will make a huge difference in how well you perform. Instead of letting stress overwhelm you, mindfulness helps you stay grounded, improving both your mental clarity and your ability to speak confidently. And remember, mindfulness is a skill that improves over time, just like learning English.
Next up, let's talk about the importance of establishing positive habits. Success doesn't come from one massive effort. It's about the small, consistent actions we take every day. Think of it like building a foundation. Over time, those small actions accumulate and lead to big results. Whether you're working on English writing skills or trying to improve English fluency, positive habits are essential. When you develop consistent habits like practicing English every day, you're not just relying on bursts of motivation. Instead, you're creating a routine that will keep you moving forward, even on the days when you're not feeling as inspired.
Exactly, Ryan. And it's all about focusing on long-term goals rather than looking for instant results. For example, if you're trying to expand your English vocabulary, it's important to make it a regular habit. Instead of overwhelming yourself by trying to learn too many words in one sitting, start small. Dedicate just 10 minutes a day to learning new words and phrases, and you'll see improvement over time. The key here is consistency. Small actions repeated regularly will lead to a strong foundation of English conversation practice and an improved vocabulary. This will help you speak English confidently without hesitation.
Great point, Priya. And when you develop habits, you're also training your brain to stay focused. For instance, let's say you want to improve English writing skills. Don't start by writing a 1,000-word essay. Begin with small, manageable tasks. Write a paragraph every day or even just a few sentences. By dedicating a small amount of time each day, like 10 minutes, you'll build the habit of writing regularly. As you continue, writing in English will become second nature. Over time, your writing will improve significantly, and that will reflect in your overall English grammar and fluency.
Absolutely, Ryan. And when it comes to building habits, it's important to make them easy to maintain. You want to set yourself up for success by keeping things simple. Let's say you're preparing for an English job interview. Instead of stressing yourself out with hours of preparation, set a goal to practice speaking English for just 15 minutes a day. This will help you build confidence without overwhelming yourself. Gradually, you'll find that you're more comfortable with English conversation and able to respond quickly. Remember, it's not about doing everything at once. It's about making small improvements each day.
Exactly, Priya. And the beauty of building habits is that it doesn't have to feel like a big chore. In fact, making learning a habit can actually make it fun. Whether you're listening to an English podcast for learning or working on English listening exercises, incorporating these activities into your daily routine will help you stay consistent and steadily improve. With habits like these, you're less likely to feel frustrated or stressed about your progress. Instead, you'll just keep
Right, Ryan. And the key is to stay patient and persistent. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. But remember that building positive habits takes time. Whether you're focusing on English listening practice or English pronunciation tips, consistency is what leads to real progress. So don't rush it. Start small and build up over time. These positive habits will soon become part of your daily routine, and you'll be amazed at how much progress you'll make without even realizing it.
Now let's move on to the next important aspect of brain training. Feed your brain with knowledge. Continuous learning is key to success. Your brain thrives when it receives a steady flow of new information. Think about it. In order to speak English confidently or improve English fluency, you need to keep challenging yourself by learning new vocabulary, grammar, and speaking techniques. Whether it's reading books, taking online courses.
That's a great point, Ryan. And the best part about feeding your brain with knowledge is that it doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can make it enjoyable and part of your daily routine. For example, one of the easiest ways to improve your English is by practicing English conversation regularly. But if you want to make it even more fun, you can learn English with stories. This is a fantastic way to engage with the language. As you listen to stories, you'll naturally absorb new words, expressions, and sentence structures, making your learning experience more dynamic and enjoyable. Plus, you'll start to think in English, which is one of the best ways to expand your English vocabulary.
Exactly, Priya. And you don't always have to sit down with textbooks to feed your brain. There are plenty of effective ways to keep learning without feeling overwhelmed. For instance, you can listen to English podcasts for learning during your commute, while exercising, or even while doing household chores. Podcasts are a great tool for improving English listening practice because they expose you to different accents and real-life conversations. By incorporating these learning moments into your daily routine, you'll keep your brain active and ready to absorb new information. This kind of learning is convenient and highly effective.
That's right, Ryan. And it's not just about listening to podcasts or reading. Watching educational videos, especially those in English, is another excellent way to keep your brain engaged. You can watch videos on topics that interest you, like English grammar made easy or English pronunciation tips. This allows you to learn in a relaxed yet focused manner. When you're learning in a way that excites you, it doesn't feel like a chore. You can also challenge yourself with real-life English conversations and practice speaking regularly. The more you expose yourself to different forms of learning, the more adaptable and skilled you'll become at understanding and using English in various contexts.
Absolutely, Priya. And by regularly feeding your brain with knowledge, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. It's like exercising your mind. Just like how you would work on building English speaking skills, you need to feed your brain with new information every day. Even if you're starting with English for beginners, it's important to start learning new words, phrases, and expressions early on. With a consistent learning habit, you'll not only improve your skills, but also keep your brain sharp and ready to handle more complex tasks as time goes on.
Exactly. So, the key takeaway here is that learning should never stop. Whether you're listening to a podcast, reading a book, or having a conversation in English, you are constantly feeding your brain new information. And don't forget, learning doesn't have to be difficult or stressful. By setting aside time each day for English conversation practice or English listening exercises, you're actively building a strong foundation. Over time, these small actions will lead to big improvements, and you'll find yourself thinking in English and speaking with ease.
Now let's dive into an essential aspect of brain training. Practice self-discipline and focus. Success doesn't just come from motivation, it comes from the ability to stay focused and keep working towards your goals, even when motivation fades. Self-discipline is the key. It's about having the ability to control your impulses, resist distractions, and stay committed to the bigger picture. When you have self-discipline, you can push through challenging moments and keep making progress. For example, if you're trying to improve English fluency, it's easy to get distracted or lose motivation, but practicing self-discipline will help you stay consistent, even on tough days.
Exactly, Ryan. And it's not just about pushing through in moments of low motivation. It's also about focusing on your long-term goals. One way to improve your focus is by using techniques like the Pomodoro method, where you break your work into intervals with short breaks in between. This helps you stay productive while also giving your brain time to recharge. When it comes to improving English speaking skills, for example, using a structured approach like this can help you stay on task and practice consistently. You could focus on speaking English for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break and repeat. This approach will help you stay sharp and make steady progress.
That's a great point, Priya. Another way to improve focus is by building endurance through consistent practice. If you want to build English grammar or English pronunciation skills, one effective strategy is to practice daily English conversation. By speaking regularly, you're training your brain to stay focused for longer periods of time. It's all about getting used to maintaining your concentration while practicing new skills. Even if you start small with 10 or 15 minutes a day, over time, your focus will improve and you'll become much more confident when speaking English.
Exactly, Ryan. And as you continue practicing English listening exercises or engaging in real-life English conversations, you'll notice that your focus will improve as well. The more you immerse yourself in the language, the easier it will be to maintain your attention. But remember, it's also important to strike a balance between work and rest. Your brain needs downtime to recharge, especially after focused sessions. Whether you're working on improving your English writing skills or understanding native English speakers, allowing yourself regular breaks will help prevent burnout and keep you on track.
Right, Priya. And the more you practice self-discipline, the more natural it will feel. It's not about forcing yourself to stay focused. It's about developing the habit of staying on task, even when distractions pop up. For example, if you're studying for the IELTS speaking test, practicing daily and sticking to your routine will make a huge difference. Your brain will get better at focusing, and you'll be able to work more efficiently. Over time, you'll find that you're able to focus for longer periods and make quicker progress in your goals.
Exactly, Ryan. And remember, self-discipline and focus are like muscles that you need to train over time. It's about creating habits and sticking to them. Whether you're learning English idioms and phrases or focusing on English pronunciation tips, consistency is key. The more you practice, the more your ability to focus will improve. It's important to keep challenging yourself while also giving yourself time to rest. This balance will help you achieve your goals. whether it's mastering business English vocabulary or speaking English confidently in any situation.
So, to wrap things up, training your brain for success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. By developing a growth mindset, practicing mindfulness, establishing positive habits, feeding your brain with knowledge, and practicing self-discipline, you're setting yourself up for lasting success. The more you integrate these techniques into your routine, the more success will come naturally. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination, so keep progressing each day.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Speak Up. We hope you found these tips useful for training your brain to achieve success. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Share this podcast with your friends who are also looking to learn English fast and improve English fluency. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll dive into more exciting tips to help you on your English learning journey. Until next time, keep training your brain and speak up confidently.